What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Amateur Hour Sports for today's very big Toronto Raptors watch party. We are out here for the Raptors and their NBA Cup quarterfinal matchup against the New York Knicks. What a game we have for today. Let's see how the Raptors can respond after a run of 5 losses in the 6th game. That was the sequel to a 9-game winning streak. So much work for this Raptors team to do just to get back in the win column as far as their regular season record is concerned. But of course, this one is a little bit extra special because it is, as I said, that NBA Cup quarterfinal. What a moment for the Raptors. First time they have gotten out of the group stage phase of the NBA Cup. And we're in an elimination game, pretty much. A win and go on, lose and you have another tough regular season game that doesn't mean as much later in the week. So let's go find a way to come out and win this basketball game, everyone. Let's go and do it. Raptors coming into this one a little bit shorthanded. No Emmanuel Quickley for tonight. Emmanuel Quickley is out with an illness. It is good news, however, that Jamal Shead is available to play, and Jamal Shead will be starting. The Raptors have decided as well, on top of that, to make some other changes to their starting 5 because Jacoby Walter seriously struggled in the previous game for the Raptors against the Boston Celtics. So they've elected to instead go with Ochai Agbaji, who played very well in that game against the Celtics. And if you tuned in yesterday to the Raptors Happy Hour, I did mention directly that don't be surprised to see Agbaji come into the starting 5 instead. I say that. Walter might be out injured. Let me just verify that. I do not see anything about Walter in the injury report, so it looks like Agbaji is just good. They're just going with Agbaji based on the decision to go with maybe the higher performing player. So that is what we got for the Raptors today. As for the New York Knicks, we knew Miles McBride was going to be out for this one. We saw that yesterday. Karl-Anthony Towns is in. That was the debatable aspect for the Knicks. He was questionable. He is playing. They're going with Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Hart, and Towns, the real core 5 guys on this team for sure. So Raptors in tough. Gonna be a tough one. Spread suggests that the New York Knicks are the favorites, and reasonably so. The Knicks are 6.5 point favorites most places. I see a 5.5 as well, but the Knicks absolutely are the favorites for this one. With Karl-Anthony Towns in, the Raptors, they've got a bit of a hill to climb. Not a mountain, nothing crazy, but they're rightfully underdogs here, especially with the way they have been playing as of late. So we will see if the Raptors can find something from somewhere and get over the line and advance to the NBA Cup semifinals. That'd be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? NBA Cup semifinals. Never been this far. NBA Cup quarterfinals. Let's go out and grab a win today. What's up to everybody in the chat? Thank you so much for joining me in the early phase of the stream today. I appreciate it. Apologies for the lottery on when I start these streams because it's supposed to be 15 minutes before the scheduled start time. I know that. Lately, I'm so busy. It's not like I'm just chilling on the couch and all of a sudden, oh shit, I got to do a stream. I got work. I got a dog. I've been moving. I'm going to physio. I'm getting my workouts in. Lots going on. So apologies for the late start for this one, but we're jumping into things. Hopefully you can forgive me. The game that precedes us is the Heat Magic, and we've got the Heat up down by 12 right now in the later stages of the fourth quarter. So it looks like the Magic up 12 with 4:46 to go are going to come away with that win. Actually, I see they're up by 11 with 4:08 to go now. We will see if the Magic get over the line there and advance to the semifinal phase. How are y'all feeling? What are the confidence levels like? Let me know as I make my way through the chat. Let me know what your confidence levels are today. Do you think the Raptors will win? I unfortunately do not think the Raptors will win, but I do hope I am wrong about that. So what is your sentiment on this one? Let's say what's up to first of all, the amazing members that are in the chat. We have Gregory joining us here today. Thank you so much to Gregory. 12-month member. We've also got an amazing 2-year member, Doug B, and one a true stream OG. Back in my university days, I remember Doug B present for the content and still here today. So appreciate that. Appreciate all the love. I know there's a lot of people who have been here a very long time in the community. So I appreciate all y'all that have been rocking with me and continue to rock with me throughout the changes we've made to the channel over the years and the changes we've made to the content over the years. Glad you guys still enjoy and come kick it with me. Also in the chat today, we have Q-Man, always here. Paradise Lost, an ever-present on the channel as well. Alamdar, Heidi. Don't know which, Heidi. I tried. But thank you for joining us. Thank you, everybody. If maybe you're not somebody in the chat. Maybe you're a lurker, you know? I know what it's like. Thank you for joining us, nonetheless. You don't have to participate in the chat if you don't want to participate in the chat. But it's good to be here. There may be some other people joining us as well. Thank you, everybody. Gastronaut joining us as well. What's going on? Welcome back. Let's just forget a win, man. Not just for the sake of the Emmy Cup, for the regular season. Like, let's get back and grab a win here. You know, I've had a busy day. This game is going to end late, and I have a busy night ahead of me. I got to do some work after the game today because my Tuesdays are really busy. So it's gonna be quite busy for me a little bit later on. But that's okay. You know, the basketball provides us a little bit of an escape from all of the difficulties we may be facing. So hopefully they can give us something to be real happy about tonight. And I want a Saturday night. I want a Saturday night semifinal, man. I want this team in Vegas. Why not? It's good enough to do it. It showed already. Why not? By the way, I'm not drinking a full liter of Pepsi. I had half of it at an earlier time, and I saved the other half. This is, 1 liter, so 500 milliliters of Pepsi. A normal amount for serving. Got the Pepsi Zero. You know, it's my understanding that Pepsi, listen, they don't have Coke at Dollarama, or else I'd be drinking a Coke Zero. That's my brand. But my understanding of the difference between diet drinks and zero drinks, the zero sugar drinks, is that, and this could be a complete myth that I've fallen for. My understanding is when Diet Coke first came out, and maybe this is spread through social media. My understanding is that when Diet Coke first came out, people weren't buying it because it tasted so much like the original Coke that people couldn't believe it was diet and had like 0 calories. So they've intentionally made diet beverages taste inferior to the original beverage so that people would believe it. Then eventually we got to a point where we believe it. So then they made zero stuff. And Coke Zero tastes fantastic. Diet Coke tastes very slightly worse, in my opinion. It's very similar. But I'm not choosing a diet over a zero. My understanding is diet beverages are intentionally slightly worse to make you believe it's actually diet. So maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I saw, read, was told somewhere, and it stuck with me. So correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe I should look it up. Maybe you can look it up for me. We got my dog joining me. Leave me alone. You've been bothering me all night. Okay, I'll pet you. Oh, no. You going to the bed? Go lay down. Curl up. Can you see her in the back? No, you can't. Oh, can you see her? Yeah. Oh, there's her tail. I'll tell you another fact. Basset hounds were bred. The purebreds have the white tail, the white tip of the tail. Basset hounds, this is a true fact. Basset hounds were bred to have that white tail sticking up, as you saw there, because it's easier to see that white tail through longer grass because they're hunting dogs. They sniff out prey, sniff out things you want to hunt. It's easier to see the white tail through a mass of long grass or weeds or whatever. So that's why sniffing dogs like basset hounds, like this one that's howling right now, that's why they got white tails. Okay, in the chat, we've got Q-Man saying we are cooked. I don't think we're cooked, but we got a lot of work to do here today. Keyman says, no Quickly, Barrett, or Battle. This is going to suck. We're missing some shooting tonight, but maybe we can battle through against the Knicks. You can't have it. She wants this. She wants this bottle because she likes to play with it. You can't have it. I'm drinking out of it. Normally, I would pour it in a glass and give her the bottle. I don't have a glass here, and I'm not going all the way downstairs to get it. I'm sorry, dog. You can't have any of the Pepsi. You can't have the bottle yet. You gotta wait till I finish. Upset is everybody's upset. IQ's not playing. He never beat the Knicks and Raptors during the last game. Is it going to help? I would say your starting point guard, averaging healthy amount of points, like what 16, 17 a game. I'd say that player is one you'd rather have playing than not playing. Just because there's like some trend that he hasn't beaten the Knicks doesn't suggest that he is the reason for that trend existing. Tough matchup. Yeah, will be tough. All right. You got to get out. You can't bark like that. Go. You got to get out. No. You got to get out. Not having you barking like that. Go. She can be in here if she's chilling, but she's not chilling right now. So she can't be in here. Yeah, not the notion that team is automatically better by losing really good player is crazy. Crazy. That's not true. The game doesn't start exactly on time here, so who cares? You're a little late. You're busy. Well, I just like being on time for things. So maybe it annoys me more than you guys, but it annoys me. I expect Scotty to be Superman. Paradise Lost says, well, he may have to be to win this game, and he has been. He has been. As of late. Did I see what Jaylen Brown said about Scotty Barnes today? I did not, actually. I had plans after the game, so I was locked into some football, and I was hanging out with some people, so I did not see what Jaylen Brown said. I used to be so chronically online, and I still am. I don't know how. I used to be more chronically online that I'd seen everything, but now I don't see everything. So I missed what Jaylen Brown said there. Winner one joining us. Thank you for joining. Nick in chat says, who started tonight? So starters for the Raptors in absence of Quickly. It is Jamal Shed, who is thankfully available tonight. He was questionable. In the absence of RJ Barrett, they are now going with Ochai Agbaji from the start instead of Jacoby Walter. I think that's the right decision based on how they played the previous game. Barnes and Ingram, of course, start. And Jakob Poeltl is available. So, of course, he is in from the start as well. He said, sorry. This is a direct quote I'm reading from the chat. Crazy in 20 says, he said he was really strong. He got that extra chromosome strength. No way. No. Oh my God. He actually said that. And I didn't see it. Oh, wow. He said it on a stream. Yeah, let's pull it up. 1 sec.
Like that.
Listen.
Scotty Barnes is strong as shit. This motherfucker got like that. Like that. He got that extra chromosome strength. Like he had just some type of Ninja Turtle or something. That boy's strong as hell. Scotty.
Do you guys? I mean, how have I not seen this? Have you guys? This is like a pretty popular meme now, but like the episode, the Mr. Frog episode of Smiling Friends, where he's on the Jimmy Fallon show and he says a slur on the broadcast, and Jimmy Fallon freezes, and then Charlie and Pim, the characters, freeze, and Pim goes, "That was bad." That would be my reaction to that. What is the, like... And Doug B is right. He said, that's crazy. Hesitation was the moment to back out. He went like, he got that. And then he stopped. Should I say it? You know what? Just imagine, and I know what word he was thinking, unfortunately. Just imagine what he would have said before the hesitation. And Phoenix is correct. That is exactly what he was going to say. Wow. That is the epitome of the Smiling Friends meme. Has anybody spliced that Jaylen Brown clip onto the Smiling Friends meme? If I had more time, I would love to do that and have that creation for the internet. But I think I'm late to the boat because this has been out. This game happened a couple days ago. But wow. That's bad. Don't say things like that, everyone. Listen, that's incredibly offensive. that is incredibly offensive to say things like that, man. Educate yourself so you can be more respectful than that. And I'm not like out here hunting things to be offended by, but that is like, educate yourself to be better than this. I'm looking at Jaylen Brown news. Let's see. I've just searched Jaylen Brown on Google. First result is by Heavy Sports. Only one article about it. Nobody gives a shit. Oh, number 2. Marca. I know that one. Did he like apologize? Did he Anyway, I don't want to harp on this any further. That was a fucked up thing to say, as I'm sure many of you are aware. Keeping it moving, Magic won. So Magic are in the semifinals. I believe if the Raptors lose today, they play Miami. So your reward for making the NBA Cup quarterfinals, potentially 2 really difficult regular season games, which, I keep saying, it sucks. It's just part of it. In order to win the NBA Cup, you got to play tough teams, but it's just a unfortunate aspect of it where your reward for winning your group in the NBA Cup is 2 really hard regular season games, which do count toward your record. But again, it just is what it is there. Raps are over the luxury tax season. We'll have to pay into that. This team is not a champion team. If a trade is made, would you honestly be hyped? So, yeah, around the conversations with Anthony Davis today, because the Raptors, this is the classic headline. The Raptors are a suitor, basically. Like the verbiage is always like, they could do it, and they're in the mix. They can throw their hat in. Like, yeah, they've got the assets to do it. I don't think they're going to trade for him, but okay, they could do it. I don't think the team is good enough to make the big investment there. I mean, if there's a trade centered around Pirtle, then there's maybe something I'd be interested in. But I don't think Anthony Davis is the guy that puts you over the top. This would be... I don't think it's the right time to make that trade. I made a video... I talked about this in a stream a couple weeks ago where I was like, at what point do you become a buyer? Because you can't call yourself a buyer with this team yet. We're doing well. We're 15-10. I know we've lost 5 of 6, but we're 15-10. We're in the top 4 in the East. At what point do you become a buyer? And I said, you got to get to the new year at least. You got to get closer to the trade deadline. And then you're thinking, the East is weak. We're good. We could actually make a run at this thing this season. I'm not at the point where I think it's worth really making a big investment in. Let's see what we can continue to build with this. Scotty Barnes is coming along very strong. That's great. But I don't know if Anthony Davis is the right fit there. But I'll talk a little bit more about that on the stream tomorrow where we kind of go through the specifics of what that trade could look like. Because we're going to do that. E-Colt joining us. What's up, E-Colt? Thank you for hanging out. Well said. Thank you. Glad you think so. That's... I gotta send this to my group chat, man. This is insane. Anyways, anthems are done. The game is starting extremely late, but if you're late joining us, Raptors going with Shed because Quickly's out with an illness. Abaji because Walter sucked last game. Ingram, Barnes, and Pirtle from the start. The Knicks, they're healthy in the starting 5. They've got Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Anunoby, and Towns. Raptors 6.5-point underdogs. It looks like we're going to close at. There's a 5.5 there, which is a little juicy, but I don't want to bet against the Raptors today. So 6.5 is the spread for this one. They it's doable, but it's a tough one to do. So let's see if they can get over the line, get to the semifinals. Let's do it, man. My screen is black. Oh, the lights were off. Okay, I was gonna say, it's yours as well. All right, we're gonna get started in any second now. Oh, they're doing some presentation, so I guess not. Wow, we're milking this. All right, I mean, NBA Cup, why not? Two things I want from actually 3 things I want from the chat right now. First of all, if you have not hit the like button as of yet, please make sure you do smash that like button. We've got, before the game, 64 people watching, 13 likes. Let's get those numbers up. Like the stream if you are enjoying so far. Second thing I want from you is to subscribe if you are new to the channel. I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern for the Raptors Happy Hour, an hour live stream of Raptors news, updates, chat, discussion, all the great stuff about this team. And I'm live 50 minutes for almost every Raptors game. The third thing I want you to do is answer me this. How big, because, we're only in the third year of the NBA Cup. Last year, the winners of the NBA Cup, the Milwaukee Bucks, elected to not indulge in the champagne and beer in the change room to celebrate the victory. They decided to take the time to focus on the rest of the season, which was probably embarrassing to Adam Silver in the NBA. However, 20, 25 years down the line, will this be a real prestigious tournament? Like in England, you have the FA Cup, which is very prestigious because of the history with the tournament. It's maybe losing its prestige in the last decade or so. But those are in-season tournaments that exist outside of the regular season, the league phase. Though this game does count towards regular season. Will the NBA Cup ever reach a prestigious level? Because it clearly isn't right now. Will this be, obviously not on par with an NBA champion, but something very notable for a career? You let me know. Mamba Mindset in the chat, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that. Hey, let me know what you guys think on that front. I think we'll get there someday, but I think it's a long way away. I think we'll probably have to get to 2040 or so before it's kind of even close to that level, I think. If it even exists. I don't mean, who knows if it's still going to be around at that point. Does this have longevity? And I think what has to happen, I was going to say there has to be some really notable player who would have to win it. Kind of make it like that. But LeBron won it last year. And LeBron won it in its first year, which is probably the best outcome for the NBA. People still don't really care, They kind of care, but nobody's really too upset losing in the NBA Cup, right? If you lose the final, I mean, there's a money aspect, but the fact that they have to tie such a financial aspect to it, makes it tough. What do you guys think? Rabs are underdogs. Good old days when Knicks sucked. Well, we used to suck as well for a long time, but not a ton. I mean, the last 15 years, we haven't sucked a lot. We have had some bad years. We've had a lot of really good years in there. The Incarnate says, Raptors not going to lose at home. I hope you are right. Paradise Lost, is it too much to ask to expect the Raptors to be the Blue Jays? Yes. W says there's some really tight and exciting series that could. What are we talking about? Oh, I hope it ends up lasting long enough to be cared about. I hope so too. I do hope so as well. Let's get there. We're gonna get started in any second now that the players are out there ready to go. We're about to see the jump. Matthew Goldie says, AJ, are you still self-employed from YouTube? I never was, so no. I think I'm going to move down there. Raps Celtics on the 20th. I'm going. You're going to move to Toronto. Well, I mean, I really like living in Toronto, which is why I pay ridiculous rent to live here. I do like it here, so I just accept the rent aspect of it. YouTube is not my full-time job. I have a full-time job. YouTube is my side hustle, as I guess we'll call it. Pirtle wins the tip. Goes to the side. Shed saves him going out of bounds. Jamal Shed, as I said, getting the start for this one here today. I'll get the scoreboard active in just a moment once this ad is off the scoreboard and I can actually see the time. And was that a carry? Was that a carry called? So Raptors have struggled with turnovers lately. Ingram has struggled with turnovers in the first quarter lately. And Ingram has turned over the ball on the first possession of the game. All right, scoreboard is good to go. And here we go. Matthew says, still employed with that gambling website. Forget the name. Trying to ask if a 9 to 5 BS or not. So I am employed by a sports betting media network, not an actual gambling website, like not a sports book. I am employed in sports betting media as my day job, as Shed misses the 3. I'll call it my 9 to 5, but it is not 9 to 5. I work weirder hours than that. Where my Wednesday and Friday I have a lot less work, and Mondays and Tuesdays I have a lot more work. But yes, I'm still employed there. Bridges for 3, and the Knicks lead by 5. Not a great start by the Raptors here. Wouldn't call this a scheduled loss by any means. This is definitely a game they can win. Barnes to the rim, lays it in for the Raptors' first points of the night. Yeah, Barnes. Hopefully you're here and are making that joke ironically. Let's not rehash the very inconsiderate statement from Jaylen Brown, which I cannot believe I didn't see until 10 minutes ago. Raptors force a shot clock violation by the Knicks. Nice job on defense there. Better intensity. Oh, my God. I still cannot believe Jaylen Brown said that. Be better, man. Scotty off a screen. Going at town. Spinning off for 2. This one doesn't go. Pirtle on the glass, tipping it in. Looking to have a better game after his truly horrendous game against the Celtics. I mean, he can't play worse than he did there, can he? Ingram with a steal. Taking it down the other way. Layup. And he's fouled. A chance to give the Raptors the lead at the line. To clip with all over Reddit. I do not frequent Reddit. So, I didn't really have time for anything today. So, if it's like after 1 p.m., I'm probably not on like a lot of social media during the day. It's got to happen in the morning for me to see it. I used to see everything. I miss these things now. Ingram at the line ties it up at 5 with the first free throw. He had a big game in the previous one against the Celtics, despite the loss. Second free throw is good, and the Raptors lead. How about that? Really like this NBA Cup court the Raptors use. I like the red on the court. Purple's better, but I do like this. Brunson gets to switch on to Pirtle. This is where the Raptors struggled 2 nights ago, and Brunson steps back for 3. So the Raptors need to avoid this better because they were absolutely torched by the Celtics, who hunted Pirtle on defense and switches every possession. And the Knicks doing the same thing there. Ingram in mid-range. Bang. Ties it up at 8. And like Richard in chat said, they ran 3 screens for Brunson that possession and got 3 switches. So they're getting the switches they want. They're going to try and keep doing it, no? So they got Abaji on Brunson here. They're looking for another switch. And it looks like they almost got it. Yeah, they don't get it. Towns with it, and Pirtle disrupts the play. Much better from Pirtle on defense. Out of bounds off Towns. Raptors force another turnover. Abaji better there on defense, fighting through a screen. Here's Barnes with it. Finds Ingram. Anunoby, the defender, shoots it over top of OG. Doesn't go. We know, obviously, as Raptors fans, how talented the defender OG Anunoby is. Hart to Towns. Transition 3. Oof. Tough shot, and hit it. 11-8. Knicks have 3 threes in the early stages here. 3.5 minutes in. Barnes, no-look pass to Abaji, and one. Gets the reverse layup and the foul by Towns. Chance to tie the game up once again, this time at 11. If you guys are enjoying early stages once again, please make sure you have hit that like button. Not bad so far. We're in the mix. What is for third dinner? I'm done eating for the day. I got my dinner in, got my workouts in for the day. No, I don't need any more food today. So I'm just had to fix something there for work. Back dialed in. Ingram with it. Tough 2 and 1. Another and 1 for the Raptors. Ingram with another tough bucket in mid-range. Chance to give the Raptors a 3-point advantage. Grogan, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. Raptors starting Shed. What does that say about IQ? It says IQ is sick and is so sick that he's not able to play today. That's all. Really? No conspiracy theories, for me, at least, on that. Ingram misses the free throw. Towns, long 3, doesn't go. Ingram on the rebound. Raptors can extend the advantage they have. Ingram, tacking early. Gets it at the Shed. Inside for Pirtle. Gets to Ingram. Back to Pirtle, but no, it's a turnover. Another turnover by Ingram. Like I told you earlier, he struggled with like first quarter turnovers. I feel like he turns the ball over like 3 times every first quarter and then like only once the rest of the game. I don't know what it is about these early stages. And then a foul called against Towns. Oh. So it may have been a foul. Barnes is holding his face. He's a history of injuries and even facial injuries. So hopefully he's okay here. He's still holding his face. I got him in the face. I will say I am extremely unhappy how late that whistle was. It took the ref like a good 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds to make that call. Like, look, Towns is dribbling and then he calls it. Like, I'm just saying that's the other way I'd be upset of the length of time it took him to make that call. But it looks like it was the right call. He got him there. So at least getting the call correct, more important than getting it fast, I suppose. Looks like he got him in the mouth, so that shouldn't be that big of an issue. Mamu doing a check-in for the Raptors here. Mamu had a really good game against the Celtics. I'm kind of thinking if the Raptors do trade like Pirtle and Barrett to get AD in like a hypothetical, do you start Mamu at the 5? Gives AD a chance to play the 4, which he likes doing. Mamu's got enough floor spacing that he can provide some space. I wonder if that's kind of the direction they go if they trade for AD. I mean, you'll have to get another center if you do that, but I'm wondering. Shed for 3 doesn't go. And Barnes nearly tips in the rebound, and he earns an extra possession, though. Mitchell Robinson's in the game. He is big on the glass, but a guy you can get away with fouling. Ingram, fakes the shot, passes in for Shed, a good finish, and the Raptors, what a run. They now lead 15-11. That was real pretty. Real pretty by Brandon Ingram. Great to see. Shed's not going to end up starting over quickly. That's not happening. Shed's a very important player off the bench. I don't think we're not dropping quickly from the starting 5 for him. What's this Will Arnett movie I'm seeing? I have no time for movies, man. I want to go see Nuremberg in theaters. It's a movie that is right up my alley, content-wise. I'm a big fan of World War II history. I just recently watched a documentary on the Nuremberg trials. I want to see this movie. And better yet, I have a coworker who's not interested in World War II history, who loved the movie. So naturally, I think I'm going to love it. And I have no friggin' goddamn time to go, ever. If you saw it, let me know how it is. But I got to go see that movie. That movie, though, I don't know. Is this thing on? I don't know. I don't even know what it's about. Just my thoughts. 15-6 run. I mean, it was 5-0. Some of the chat was like, we're cooked. It's over. But here we are. 15-11. Oh, on RJ Barrett. Sorry, I saw your message, Grogan. RJ Barrett's going to be reevaluated in a week. He got a plasma injection for his knee, but he remains out for the Raptors. Very bad news. Knees are, I mean, take it from me, a ACL tear and a meniscus splitter. Knees, you don't mess with knees. I got my surgery 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago now, and I'm still feeling the effects of knee problems. So. Don't mess with the knees, man. Maybe I need some plasma. That help me? RJ probably won't come back in time for the last game of the year, but at least he can recharge, come back in New Year's. Well, their last game of the year, well, that's not accurate. He'll be reevaluated in a week. I mean, I obviously could miss this year, but a week was a week starting yesterday. He'll be reevaluated next Monday, which will be the 15th. He's got half the month to still return after that. So I don't know if we've seen the last of RJ in 2025. That's how I'll be a little optimistic and say I'll be back before 2026. Raptors start the return from the Knicks timeout. With it stopped, they're on a 7-0 run and are looking to extend it. Jordan Clarkson's in the game for the Knicks. Barnes to Mamu, back out to Barnes, driving, kicking to Mamu, open for three, doesn't go. Usually when he backpedals like that, it's in. I was about to say he made it, but does not go for Mamu this time. Here is Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson feels like a Knicks player. Like, feels like that's the guy I would have expected to play for the Knicks. Think a chat's being hidden. Well, there you are. You're all good. Crazy in 20. Jordan Clarkson at the line to end the run for the Knicks. Now Bhatia has a fucking bell courtside of the rim. I don't know if you guys can hear the bell, but it is Nav Bhatia, superfan number 1, sitting underneath the rim, ringing it. He is not ringing it for the second free throw. And Clarkson misses both. Rebound well won by Shed through a mass of players. So the run continues. Barnes to Mamu. Now Shed to Barnes. Out to Mamu. Oh, what a feed to Shed. Lays it in. What a lovely passing play from Barnes, Mamu, and Shed to get the 9-0 run for the Raptors. Keep it going. Brunson working on Shed. Out to Bridges. Now Hart. Taking on Ingram, stepping back. Nothing to fear. Brunson to fear. And his 3, he's fouled by Shed, who got in his landing zone there. Don't think you can win that. He's just a little bit up on him, and yeah. Well, the left leg comes out. They are going to challenge. Okay. And on the replay, Brunson's leg kind of kicks out there. Oh, they're not going to challenge. Sorry, it sounded like they were going to challenge, but it's going to be Brunson at the line. I'd like to see another replay, but it looked like Brunson hung his left leg out there. I see Chucky Hepburn about to check in for the Raptors. So the Raptors testing their point guard depth here. Go with Chucky Hepburn. Shed's kind of wondering what he could have done differently on defense there. Getting some pointers from Elijah Martin. Brunson's second free throw is also good. And it is Chucky Hepburn checking in. I cannot recall him having played any minutes that were meaningful this season. So congrats to him getting in a big game here. I think he played garbage time against the Knicks. And Brunson misses the third, but Mitchell Robinson gets the rebound. Brunson for 3. Turns it into a 5-point possession. Unlucky. 17-16. Ingram for 3. Trying to respond. Tough shot. Right over top of Brunson. And Ingram is on fire early. Have the Raptors done Lowry's jersey retirement yet? No, because Kyle Lowry is an active NBA player. Ingram, handoff to Hepburn. Now Abaji. In the corner, Mamu, wide open. Come on, Mamu. Oh, way off on the 3. Come on. Bridges to Brunson in the corner. Driving past Ingram. Cut off in the paint. Dish out to Bridges. Now Hart. Brunson for 3 over top of Hepburn. Tough shot. Got the hand up, but Brunson still made it. He's a good player, you know. 20-19, and it's been an entertaining game so far for the neutral. And it's good news considering it's on national television. Barnes' pass stolen. Bridges other way to the rim. Lays it in. Misses the layup, but Hart cleans it up. Timeout. Timeout called by the Raptors. God damn. Sorry, I have some plans this weekend, and I needed to take the train, and now the train's not running, so pivoting somewhere else. Getting things sorted early. All right. Pretty good game for the neutrals so far. Tough shots being made. We're on national television. We're showing up so far. As long as we're competitive throughout the game, after a terrible Boston outing, I'll be somewhat happy. Me as well. It'll be a positive, but I'd be a whole lot happier if the Raptors just, win the game. Daniel said, I'm annoyed that even though I have Prime Video, I still need to buy a Sportsnet subscription. What a cluster this whole thing is. I Don't recall. I've never watched an NBA game on Prime. I don't know what location you're in. In Ontario, it's either Sportsnet or TSN. They have a 50-50 split on games. I'm not sure. But I mean, yeah, the NBA is a big cluster. Like I like what do I watch? For sports, like DAZN has NFL. If I want to watch an NFL game in Canada, it is great. I just go on DAZN, I watch the football game. If I want to watch English Premier League in Canada, I go on Fubo. They have every Premier League game. If there's Premier League on, I watch it on Fubo. Don't need to some on DAZN, some on Fubo, this, that. Champions League, all on DAZN. If I want Champions League, I go into DAZN. NBA, sometimes Sportsnet, sometimes TSN. That is annoying. You know, if only the NBA had its own streaming service. I feel like the NBA should invent its own streaming service. You know? Then they could just put all the games on their own streaming service and charge fans to watch it. Then fans could watch any team, any game. That would probably actually help grow the league because, you know, you'd have to get one subscription and you could just watch all teams. I don't know why they haven't thought of making a, you know, subscription service. I watch Raptors, I watch Raptors. I want to watch Orlando, Miami, I watch that game. I watch Lakers to later, I can watch that game. I just got one service I pay for. But then again, in the U.S., the NFL is a disaster. It's like Thursdays on Prime, and then I think Mondays are like NBC. Weekend games are all over the place. It's kind of a disaster, to be fair there. NBA, though, if you couldn't sense the sarcasm, have their own streaming service. As Walter checks in and nails a three. All right. That's more like it, Jacoby. If I want to watch all NBA games, I have to buy NBA League Pass. Then I can watch every team except my own team where I live because it's blacked out. So I need to buy 2 other subscriptions to watch my team. It's a disaster. Knicks tied up there, 23-23. Anyways, they don't need me to tell you how stupid it all is. Ingram fades away for 2 and gets it. Nice play there. For like, I watch a lot of darts. I buy 1 subscription with PDC TV. I get every event. However, if I was in England, I'd have to buy multiple. But here I get every event on one service, so I'm happy. What you really should do, you should buy a VPN. I know people in England who have a VPN so they can buy Canadian broadcasts of the Premier League because Fubo has it all. So they buy a VPN, they put the location in Canada, they buy a Fubo account, and then they can watch all the Premier League games. And these are games that are happening like down the street for them. That it's like impossible to watch. Anyways, enough on how bad streaming is. You don't need me to tell you. I'm sure you hear it enough. Brunson has 20 points. Are you serious? He has 20 of their 25. Wow. So, well, here's a 3. Oh my God. What is that? His 20th? Was I behind? Jalen Brunson, indeed, that was his 20th point. He has 20 of their 28. And he's still not on pace for Wilt's record. He is on pace for Kobe. Kobe numbers, though. Ingram is fouled. Brunson's going for 40 or 50 tonight, it looks like. I mean, I got to be honest. I can't recall a lot of poorly defended possessions on Brunson. A lot of these, there was a hand in his grill, and he's just knocking it down. You know what I'm saying? Let's say OKC calling and offering 4 first and injured Hartenstein and Topic for Ingram. Would you do it? Yeah. Yes. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, I like Ingram, but that's a crazy offer that they wouldn't do. Hartenstein is, he's not out that long, is he? Pirtle with the steal. Raptors going the other way. Zip it in the corner to Shed. Now Murray Boyles down low. In the corner to Walter. And another incredible piece of ball movement capped by a Raptors bucket. Capped off by Raptors bucket. Walter's got 2 threes. Looking more comfortable off the bench tonight. Anunoby to the rim. And Knicks take the lead again. 30-29, 2:05 to go in what has been a back-and-forth game of high-quality offense. Ingram going to work to Walter. Got another look for 3. This time doesn't go. And Pirtle tips it out of bounds for, looks like a Knicks ball. No, it's last off the Knicks, but it's a Raptors ball at the baseline. Good work by Pirtle. 1:55 to go in the first. 30-29. Shed to Ingram. And a tough pass is stolen by Mitchell Robinson. Pirtle does a great job of winning it back. Yeah, wins it back. So Raptors 3-on-1. Shed open for 3. Got it. Raptors by 2. It was 3-on-1. It was pretty ballsy for Shed to shoot that, but it comes off good. Raptors 4 of 11 from 3 tonight. Pirtle much better. Much, much better tonight. Brunson, another step back 3. This time he finally misses. Ingram has the rebound. Raptors pushing it forward again. Ingram sliding through a couple Knicks players and drawing the foul. And 1. Raptors by 4. Ingram to the line. What a play. They got Brunson. We got Brandon Ingram, baby. Brandon Ingram's on 15 in the first quarter. And he's fired up. Who is this guy in a sequin the sequin suit every game? I swear this guy's at every game. I swear he was at like every Blue Jays game too in the playoffs. Imagine having money. Imagine not only being able to afford Raptors tickets, but like you can also go to every game and you can also sit courtside of a game. Just must be nice. Ingram at the line and completes the 3-point play there. Raptors by 5, and they're playing really well tonight. Brunson picked up full court by Walter, trying to maybe wear him down a bit. Brunson outside. It's Hukporty. Oh, it's Yabusele, sorry, for 3. Doesn't go. Raptors full court pass to Murray Boyles. Going at a couple Knicks players. Missing in tight. Got a good look. Got to finish those CMB. Hart to the rim and finishes. Sat courtside once. I sat courtside once at a Raptors 905 game, which was at Scotiabank Arena. That was sick. That was awesome. Ingram, fadeaway 2 over Mitchell Robinson. Gets the friendly roll.
Yep.
Another 3 for the Knicks, and Hart connects down to a 2-point game. Ingram up to 17 points tonight, everybody. Shot clock, game clock separated by 7.5 seconds here. Raptors looking to finish with some more offense. 10 on the shot clock. Shed has a lane. Dishes it off to Pirtle. What a feed and a good finish by Yak. Raptors by 4. They've got Josh Hart on the ball. To Brunson. Disrupted by Ingram. Gets the steal. Forward pass to Ingram. Can he get it off in time? He cannot. Oh, nearly, but good defense by Ingram there. And the Raptors get another steal and finish off the quarter. Well. 39-35 in favor of the Raptors. What a start to the game. And we're back to playing some entertaining basketball. Very refreshing to see. I like it. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, please make sure you have hit that like button. Makes a big difference to the channel. Support the show. We've got over 100 people watching live right now. I appreciate y'all. We got 27 likes. Let's get that number up to somewhere, in the 50 range, I would prefer. I prefer 1 million, but let's be realistic. We can get 50. Let's get up there. So Raptors offense definitely cooking early, and a big reason why is that Ingram is a 5-star chef. He's got 17 points. He's 6 of 7. He's got 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. His daily 3 first quarter turnovers, but other than that, he's been terrific. Barnes just having not been super involved on offense as of yet, but we know that can change quickly. Pirtle's having a great game, way better than that game he had against the Celtics. Abaji, okay as a starter. Jamal Shed playing really well as a starter here, playing 10 minutes of that first quarter. Only 2 minutes of Chucky Hepburn to kind of relieve, or 3 minutes, I suppose. Also off the bench, Jacoby Walters come in. He was really poor against the Celtics. Barely played second half. He's got 6 points in his 4 minutes. Good cameo there. Raptors defense is engaged as well. Other than on Jalen Brunson. I mean, they defended Brunson pretty well. It's just Brunson's just making some tough shots. You just got to hold your hands up and say, yeah, tough bucket, man. Sometimes you just got to do that. Is AJ Lawson going to play? With all the players missing, I'd be a little surprised if we didn't see him at all. That being said, I wasn't expecting Chucky Hepburn. I mean, maybe we won't, because we have not seen Grady Dick yet. That's strange. Murray Boyles, I like he's getting some game time again. Walter is getting minutes. He's playing well. Is Grady Dick kind of falling out of favor here, man? I worry a little bit for what Grady Dick's minutes are going to look like tonight. Because Grady did not play well a couple nights ago. So I don't know if we'll see Lawson. Yeah, let's look at some of these shots Brunson's taking. Like, Shed is there. Darko sometimes dips into 11 off the bench. I'd be pretty shocked to not see Grady Dick at all today. I think we will get an AJ Lawson cameo, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, also, like, you put in Lawson, you kind of lose some defense. Lawson Mobin lighting up in the G League. Yeah, but it's the G League. It's not indicative of NBA talent all the time. Like a guy like Lawson, when he's on the ball a lot against that type of competition, he's an absolute bucket, for sure. Absolute professional bucket getter. But you're in the NBA and you're not on the ball as much and you're getting stiffer competition, what else can you offer? That's where Lawson's got to find another level to keep his NBA career prolonged. All right. Now, Mobo, you can keep him on the bench. Lawson, we might get tonight. So Grady Dick is in, 10th man to see the floor for the Raptors. OG missed a 3, so we do get Grady Dick minutes. Perhaps specifically to coincide with Brunson being on the bench. Barnes backing down Kolek, who is the point guard replacement. Chucky Hepburn for 3 doesn't go. Mamu bats the rebound out to Grady Dick. Up fake, going to the rack and missing the layup. Good take, but need to see some of those fall. Bridges working on Mamu. Off the glass doesn't go, and Towns can't finish the rebound. Walter was it to Barnes. Playing quickly. Hepburn to Mamu. Driving in the paint, and he's swatted. Absolutely rejected by OG Anunoby. Hart down to Bridges in the corner. Walter right there with him. Up top to Kolek. Switch to Walter, because Mamu was the original defender. Now OG. Out to Kolek. Back to OG. Raptors playing this possession well defensively. Grady's got to stay with OG, though. Does. OG, tough fadeaway, too. Man, way off balance, and he still hit it. What are you going to do there, man? It's like you played that possession pretty well. You played the possession really well, and he just hits a tough shot. Barnes yanks to 3. In and out. Unlucky. Hart to the rim and ties it up at 39. I don't know. I thought we were playing fine. I didn't think we needed a timeout there. I mean, Grady kind of lost OG last, but he played him pretty well. I don't know. Anyways, 39. It's time for the door shot, everyone. We've made 2 in a row in the new setup. Oh, it's been up this whole time, has it? 2 in a row in the new setup. We're 5 of 18 on the season. Wow, I've missed a lot of Raptors games. Let's see if we can keep it going. So, for reference, the net is a little closer than it used to be, just based on the way my room is now. Let's, all we do is try to hit it. Let's do it. Ooh. Let's keep the streak going. Let's keep the streak going. You can see my desk. My Mac, which I use just to play online darts, to be honest. It's an online darts device at this point. The old-ass Mac. It's so slow. Let's do it. Ah, way off. What was that, man? And I make from there. All right. Well, that's unlucky. I made that one, but for further, way off there. I don't know what I was doing there. Way, way off. Not enough finesse in that attempt, so we decrease to 5 of 19 on the season. We have our first miss in the new apartment. Sorry, guys. Can't leave on a miss. No, I don't like... I like to take a couple, like, to try and get it back, but just missed. It was a pretty poor attempt, if I'm being honest. Fixing my rug here. Got a new rug. And because it's new and it was heavily on sale, it was kind of folded up in Canadian Tire. So it's not looking too pretty right now. Fold it up a little. Straight it out a little. At some point, it'll, like, kind of smooth out, won't it? Should, right? Just the weight of it. Is that how it works? I'm no rug expert. I mean, I buy my rugs at Canadian Tire. That tells you how much I care about rugs. If you can get a top 8 protected pick for IQ to pay RJ, you gotta make that trade. I don't agree. I don't agree. A top 8 protected pick for IQ. That's probably not a great trade. Like, you're losing a starting caliber player. It will. I have to wash my rug all the time. Again, it gets wrinkled if they eventually go away in case you're really concerned. I mean, I'd like it to go away. So, yeah, thank you. That is good to know. Good to know. I glad there's more experienced ruggers than me. Anyways, back from commercial, tied at 39. Raptors, I think, had a pretty unlucky start to this quarter. Walter puts it down. Finds the cutting Grady Dick, who's rejected by OG. Grady kind of caught a grenade there, and OG does well on defense. Couldn't get a shot off the timeout. Never a great look, but good defensive play there by OG. Not a ton of creation in this lineup. Kind of relying heavily on Barnes in this lineup. But I guess the thought process is you're giving him 4 shooters. Four guys who can shoot. So it's Barnes, Hepburn, Dick, Walter, and Mamu. So it's Barnes and 4 bench guys, but all 4 can shoot. So that's probably where their thinking is. But if Barnes isn't creating something, nobody else is going to create anything, are they? Here is Scotty looking to create something. Dishes out to Hepburn, defended well by Kolek. Hepburn picks up his dribble, finds Barnes. Nice spin and a good finish. Tight window for Hepburn. Just got it past the hand of Hart. Kolek, defended by Hepburn. Now to Hart. Finds Towns. Spinning, getting to the rim and finishing there. Hepburn has it. And his pass is deflected away, stolen. Turnover by Hepburn. Lead pass for Hart, who's fouled by Barnes. Raptors down 2 to be side out of bounds for the Knicks. Raptors maybe thinking about a challenge here. Not going to do it. Mamu checking out. So you're gonna look at something. I mean, they check for a take foul or a clear path. Excuse me, clear path. They're looking at. My understanding of the clear path rule that it's a super obvious clear path. It's probably not clear path still. So I don't really know how this rule functions. Come on, there's no way that's a clear path foul. I've seen some egregious shit not get called clear path. No way this is clear path. Quick review. Yeah. Making a play on the ball. Very quick review. Hey, if you're going to review it, get it done quick if you're very wrong about it. (43-41) for the Knicks. Raptors still rolling with most of the bench here. Hepburn, Walter, Dick, Pirtle, and Barnes on the floor. Don't love it, but it is what it is. Kolek to the rim finishes. Knicks lead by 4. Hepburn bringing the ball forward for the Raptors. Raptors dealing with injuries, so you're going to get some more minutes for bench guys tonight. Yak is looking a lot better today, Daniel. Grady Dick for 3. Got a look, couldn't finish. Knicks going the other way. We're nearly 4 minutes into the quarter. I think some changes can start to happen now. No. Hart, pass stolen. Raptors have it with Barnes. Go up, go up. And he's blocked by Towns. Don't mind Barnes going up strong there, but yeah, good play by Towns. Oh. What are you going to do? AJ Lawson checking in. Yeah, makes sense. Look for a guy who can score in this lineup. Chucky Hepburn going to check out. Don't mind that. Get Lawson to try and find some points in this. Lawson to Walter. Now Grady. Pass to Barnes. Now Lawson in the corner for 3. Rims away. Towns has it. Raptors offense going a little cold here to start the second. Just 2 points in the first 4 minutes of the quarter. Not been made to pay heavily as of yet. Only down by 4. Clarkson on it. Grady Dick defending. Clarkson battling through and finishing off the glass. Not great look on Grady there. And Abaji's getting ready to check in. I think I know for who. Actually, it could be Walter, to be fair. Here's Lawson getting downhill. He's blocked by OG at the rim. It's his third, I think. Kolek behind the back to Clarkson. Wriggling through a couple defenders. Missing, but fouled by Barnes. What are these lineups? I mean, you're missing 2 key players. You're going to see some stranger lineups. It just, it's what you got to do. No Barrett, no Quickly, no Battle. Like, you're missing guys. That's Barnes' third foul. Raptors gonna challenge. A lot of that reasoning is you don't want Barnes on 3 fouls here. Got some work to do. Down by 6. Raptors only 2 points in the quarter thus far. Need to find a way to score. Lawson probably the right guy to come in, but bench is looking rough. I mean, what are you gonna do when your bench is looking like this? 5 out of 6 of the players who've checked in off the bench have not made a shot. The other ones, Joe Hoey Walters made 2, but Grady Dick's 0 of 3, Chucky Hepburn's 0 of 2, Lawson's 0 of 2, Murray Boyle's 0 of 1, and Mamu's 0 of 2. Kind of tough when you're just getting nothing off the bench scoring wise, but I mean, let's get Ingram back in. He can. Let's get Ingram back in. we can start to get these starters back through the team. And get the offense going here. Let's see what Jameson back can do statements. Well, can't give him steady minutes when he's unavailable today, so nothing we can do about it tonight. Kind of right now, the offense is just not generating good looks. They're forcing up opportunities near the rim, and the Knicks have had the answer there. Towns had a nice block. I think OG's probably on 3 blocks right now. 2 blocks. So maybe one was credited as a steal because he has a steal. Not a lot of answers on offense at the moment. And Barnes, if the challenge is unsuccessful, will be on 3 fouls. This guy, Darko K, didn't play Djokovic. He's playing well. He's only player off the bench who scored. All right. Commercial break. Let's relax. Let's get back in it. Let's score here. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, make sure you've hit the like button. Goes a long way to helping us out with the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, tough to lose these non-Brunson minutes, to be honest. So review check is done. I don't see the Raptors winning this. We'll see. He goes straight up, but he comes down with the arm. I will see. Don't think they'll win this challenge. All right, they won the challenge. Sweet. All right. I'm happy wrong. Hopefully, a good shift in momentum for the Raptors. Still up by 6. Raptors ball. Hopefully, we can score something out of this possession. Good challenge, excuse me, by Darko. Barnes to Ingram. Defended by Towns and Bridges. Gets the pass into Pirtle. Kick it out. You got to kick out faster than that, Pirtle. Nearly gets stripped. Gets it back. Ingram fighting his way to the rack. Doesn't go. Abaji has it. Kick out to Barnes. Steps inside to the rim. Soaring up and throwing it down. Get a little bit fortunate on that possession after Pirtle was a bit slow to get rid of it there. But Raptors have starters back in the game. Brunson, fadeaway 2 over Shed. Got it. Honestly, like, again, the hands up. The defense is there, but Brunson found his spot once again. Barnes, long 2 over Hart. Tough shot. We don't need that. Come on. We settle down. Brunson defended by Shed. Double kind of shadowed there from Barnes. Up top to Towns. Back to Brunson. Towns finds a lane. Ingram meets him. And then a foul. Call against Ingram this time. Knicks looking to open up this lead a little bit more. Yeah. Probably foul. Nice take there by Barnes. But Towns heading to the line for 2 shots. 6:05 to go in the second. Argent IQ never won against the Knicks when they were healthy. So I guess if we played them, this is our tactic, because it's good that it's good that 2 of our starters are out, because like if they were playing, we'd have even less of a chance of winning because of this streak against the Knicks. Barnes blocked over top by Bridges, 50-43. Raptors offense continuing to struggle. They've got just 4 points in the second quarter. We're more than halfway through said quarter. Towns to the rim, and it's a 9-point game. Kind of getting away from us. Cannot find any scoring right now. Ingram met by Towns. They're doubling Ingram heavy, so he can't bail us out. Shed nearly stripped. Pirtle has it, misses in tight, and another possession goes begging for the Raptors offense. Oh boy. Brunson stopping on a dime, putting it up with one hand, and it's an 11-point game. Another timeout from the Raptors, but they have not solved much tonight. 54-43. Raptors getting outscored 19-4 in the quarter, if I'm not mistaken, or is it? Yeah, 19-4 in the quarter. It must be. And it's starting to get away from us, 54-43. Now it's looking a little tough, but couple buckets in a row, and it's looking a lot more manageable. But the Raptors have had no answer for this Knicks team in this quarter. 4 points in nearly 7 minutes here. Missing IQ's floor spacing. Missing RJ Barrett's downhill threat for sure. But you've got to find ways to scheme guys open. The Raptors, like I haven't even had like a really good look. Like it's not like good looks are going begging. They're not hitting shots. Like they're just not getting good looks, period. Wow. 14% shooting this quarter. I mean, yeah, they haven't gotten any good looks to go with it. Like I said, it's been a real struggle here. Yeah, they're playing really aggressive on Ingram. They're setting doubles all the time, and they're a switchable group. They can manage after that, and there's not enough creation beyond Barnes and Ingram, so things are not going well. Made adjustments after Ingram's really good first quarter, and the Raptors yet to find a reply. They keep the starters out there. Only down 11. It's not over. Ingram, one-on-one with Bridges, got him jumping, drawing the foul. And that's just kind of what the offense might have to become. Just give the ball to Ingram and pray. Shows you they need RJ Barrett, and they're thinking of trading RJ Barrett. Well, the thing, if you trade Barrett, you usually get something back. And then the stuff you get back, you can put on the court. When RJ Barrett's injured, nobody is in his place. It's just he's out and nobody else takes his spot. But usually when you make a trade, you get something back. But yeah, like I always say, not having a 20-point per game player is worse than having that player available. I'd rather have him playing than not playing. That's for sure. And certainly missing him as of late with the horrible offense they've had over the last 8 games that he's been out. Down by 9. OG for 3. Doesn't go. Good contest by Barnes. Raptors looking to try and push the pace. 2:15 in the quarter, man. Shed. Trying to find some room. Floater. Doesn't go. Just not falling for the Raptors right now. But again, a lot of it's just tough shots as well. But who can we get back for RJ? I don't know if team be willing to get him without something else. Yeah. So for me, you probably just don't end up trading him. But if you can upgrade, obviously, if you make a good trade, then I would support it. Robinson gets the offensive rebound, finds Clarkson, and the lead is back out to double digits. Shed is super overrated, man. He's a quality backup point guard. I don't know what makes him really overrated. Maybe some, I guess in some parts of the Raptors fan base who believe he's like should start over quickly. If that's a pretty large exaggeration of his talents, but he's a quality backup for the Raptors. $56-47. We've got Mitchell Robinson at the line. A player you'll want at the line if you're the other team. Misses the first free throw. My 9-year-old cousin is better for him. I don't know. I guess there's such a demand for his skill in the NBA. Wow, it's bad for him. There's such a demand for his skill set in the NBA that you can forgive other aspects of it. Like it's like a catcher in baseball who can't really hit. He's just so good as a catcher that you just kind of accept that, you know, one of the 9 guys in rotation is not going to do any in your lineup's not going to do anything. It's like Mitchell Robinson, you're just going to accept that he's not going to make his free throws, but he's so good in other aspects that you forgive that. You know what I mean? Well, this time he makes the free throw. First free throw, good there for Robinson. No way he makes both. Misses the second. Ingram gets the rebound. He's wrapped up by Clarkson. Don't know why. So Knicks in the bonus now. I do wonder if fouling Robinson will become a strategy. Well, we won't be able to employ it because Robinson is checking out of the game. Shed, I wouldn't call Shed useless. He's a talented playmaker, extremely good defender. He's far from useless, but he struggles to bend the defense himself as a creator, which will limit his success in the NBA. But he's a quality backup. Ingram, long 3 over top of Towns. It could just, the only shots rather getting up are tough contested ones. There's really not much creation for good looks they are generating. Towns blocked by Abaji. Gets his own miss a couple times. Raptors need to be a bit better on the glass there. I mean, if you're box score surfing, Barnes hasn't had a great game, but he looks fine out there. Ingram to Shed. Now Abaji wide open for three. These are the ones you got to make. Man, like, you finally scheme open a really good look for three. You got to have those ones. Brunson doubled pretty aggressively here. Raptors rotate. Clarkson has it. One-on-one with Shed. Turnaround two. And the lack of size of Shed kind of being exposed here. They just keep shooting right over him. He's defending guys well, but he just keeps getting shot right over top of. Barnes' pass stolen by OG, who is able to get towards the rim, and the lead is ballooned up to 16. And we're here once again. Raptors offense, the problem. 8 second quarter points. And the Knicks exposing it. And another turnover by the Raptors. This is getting ugly now. Clarkson off the screen, switches on to Pirtle. Swings out the pass to Brunson up top to OG. Oh, that's lazy by Shed. Three-pointer doesn't go. Bridges on the rebound. Oh, I mean, you have like no timeouts left, so you can't call him. But that possession right there was embarrassing. A fundamental lack of effort by the Raptors defense there. Lazy closeout by Shed. Nobody goes for the rebound. There's no way the Knicks were not going to score that possession. That was awful, awful. Shed for three. Finally, something drops for the Raptors. 65-50. Raptors have been really good in third quarters of games this season, but, I mean, putting yourselves in this big of a hole, you can't go on a 30-8 run every game. Brunson finds some room again. Floater is good. Raptors shot clock, game clock started by about 15 seconds. Shed has it. Up top to Barnes, back to Shed. They want to get Ingram on the ball here if they can. So they go to Pirtle. Now the cutting Barnes, back to Pirtle. Fumbles the pass, regathers, and finishes. Back to 15-point game. Hussein David subscribed. Welcome to the Amateur Army. Thank you so much for that. So Raptors at 8 seconds. 8 seconds here. Bridges to OG in the corner for three. We catch a break. Gets his own miss, though. And then is fouled going up right before the buzzer. I mean, look, if you're not going to score, you better hustle and get rebounds other end because you can't afford to give up extra possessions. And right near the end of this quarter is exactly what they're doing. Like Abaji, I guess he's there. Ingram's on nobody. Ingram's got to come grab that. OG at the line to extend the lead. Not great for a nationally televised game either. Definitely not. OG at the line. Scores again. Jakob launched it at the buzzer. Obviously does not go. Wow. Well, I mean, you scored 13 points in a quarter. The Knicks scored less in the second quarter than they did in the first quarter, but the Raptors only with 13 second quarter points. Naturally, you're going to be down by a lot to a good team when you do that. And that's exactly what's happened. They trail 69-52 at the half. They haven't found an answer for Jalen Brunson, who is on 26 points. Raptors offense maybe created like less than a handful of good shots in that quarter. It's going the wrong way for sure. Missing a couple starters tonight, but no answer yet. They've been good in third quarters this season. They have to find a way to be really good in this one, or they are eliminated from the NBA Cup. All right, going to take a few minutes to go to the bathroom, get something to drink, and when I come back, we'll go through the box score from that first half, and we'll get you ready for the second half. Don't go anywhere, everyone. I will be right back. All right, back at it. Raptors down 17. Certainly feeling the effects of not only missing RJ Barrett tonight, but also missing Emmanuel Quickly out with an illness. RJ Barrett still dealing with the knee issue and will be out for another little while. So Raptors got to manage without, and they have not been able to do that tonight. It did look like they could do it in the first quarter. Raptors up 39-35 after the first. Brandon Ingram was balling. Defense was managing, but the offense as a whole was doing well. But they went heavy starters in the first quarter. A lot more of the bench came in second quarter and did nothing. Raptors have gone 6 deep off the bench, and only one player has managed a point, and that is Walter with 6. Grady Dick's 0 of 3. Chucky Hepburn 0 of 2. And not to disrespect Chucky Hepburn, but showing the extent of the point guard depth that he's got to step in here in the absence of Quickly. AJ Lawson only played a minute, missed 2 shots. Murray Boyles 0 of 1. Mamu 0 of 2. Nobody really bailing us out off the bench here today. Shed's doing fine. He's 4 of 7 with 10 points. Ingram's playing really well. He's got 19.6 of 10. Unfortunately, Scotty Barnes just hasn't been quite at the races here. He's a minus 22 tonight. A lot of that came in those bench minutes where, to be honest, the minus 22 looks bad, and maybe Barnes did his best today. But a lot of those minutes are Barnes is on the floor with 4 bench players, and he's got 4 bench players. None of them can create. So Barnes has got to do pretty much everything. Raptors going ice cold offensively. Tough lineups there. I'm never a fan of the 4+1 lineups, especially when the bench is a bit depleted like it is today. And evidently, it has not worked well for the Raptors. Pirtle's got 8 points. He's looked a lot better today, but not much. When your offense is not scoring, there's not much like good defense or solid defense can really do. And if you're giving them so many fast break possessions because you're missing, you wind up with an ugly scoreline like this, 69 to 52. Pretty brutal. Ingram's got 19. He's 6 of 10. Like, that's good. But your bench can't have 6 points, man. Like, can't be doing that. Brunson's on 26. I feel like he's 10 of 12. I can't really recall many moments where we've broken down defensively and Brunson's gotten like an easy look. It's been a lot of the time Shed is defending him well. It's just Brunson's bigger and is just shooting over top of him. Like, a lot of possessions have ended with Shed outstretched, hands up, and the guy just makes a shot because he's got the size advantage there. He's got 26. He's 10 of 12. Anunoby's got 10. Towns has got 10. Hart's got 9. And, if you score 13 in a quarter against a good team, let alone an NBA Cup quarterfinal, you're probably not going to be doing very well. Raptors is 20 of 47. Knicks 27 of 44. 43% from the field for Toronto, 26 from 3. 61% from the field for the Knicks. 3 extra possessions from offensive rebounds. Same amount of turnovers. They've gone to the line more frequently. Not making many. Mitchell Robinson kind of playing a part, but Raptors can't find offense. And that's the biggest thing. The Raptors cannot find any offense tonight without Barrett or Quickly. Very much missing the spacing that Quickly brings. Missing the downhill transition scoring that RJ Barrett brings. I don't think, until at the last couple minutes of the half where they just look deflated. The defense hasn't been bad, I don't think. They can't scheme open any good looks, man. They're getting nothing going. Nothing open on offense. So puts you in a position like this. Here we are. 69-52. A lot of game to play, but Raptors need quite a run. And they got a couple days ago, and it still wasn't enough. So quite a lot to do still for the Raptors. I don't know what changes. They're aggressively guarding Ingram with doubles because we don't have a lot of support around. Barnes is struggling to create on his own. He's not been putting out with very good lineups, so he's having to do a lot on his own. We've seen in the past, Barnes is better with help around him. He's not as much of a isolation guy. Some of the role players just gotta hit some shots as well, like Grady Dick. Grady Dick checks in, gets beat a few times defensively, misses his shots, and he's out after 5 minutes. Needs someone else to step up, really. I think that's what it comes down to. You need somebody to make them pay for the aggressive doubles. And haven't really gotten that tonight. Other than a couple quick Walter threes after he checked in. Oh, geez, we got Red Panda out at half court for the Raptors. Damn, we're pulling out the big guns for the NBA Cup quarterfinal. When you brought out some stupid bench for they can't do anything around, what are you going to do? Yeah, you know, you have to dip into your bench because of the injuries. Battle's also not available today. But you also don't have to play 4 of them at the same time, right? You don't have to. You don't have to play 4 of them at the same time. You can stagger them in it a little, no? But no. You know, Darko loves a 4+1. What do I use to stream games? If it's on Sportsnet. If it's on TSN. Today it is on Sportsnet. So that's where I am. So on pace to become 15-11. On pace to lose our 6th of 7 game. A game against the likely right now a game against the Miami Heat on the way, another tough game. Then it's the Bucks. And then it's the Celtics. That's another really tough game. We are in... we're in a little bit of trouble with the upcoming schedule, man. I'm not going to lie. If we continue to play like this, could be a real slippery slope. Darko said he was treating the rotations like a playoff game. Well, he did in the first quarter because Ingram played a lot. The starters played heavy. Then the second quarter, he left out like a large bench unit for like 5 minutes almost. Tough. This counts as a regular season game. Yes. As will the semifinal or the consolation that will occur if we lose this. And then I think we have to play the Heat. Yes. This is a regular season game on top of being an NBA Cup quarterfinal. I think the Raptors trade Ingram now while his value is his highest because you will leave or ask for $50 a year for 5 years with his option at end of 2027 season. I don't think he'll ask for that much. I also don't think his value is its highest. I don't think they're trading Brandon Ingram. No. Brandon Ingram is very good. So let's try and win games with him on the team. Long enough time. Let's get this game back on. Why not trade for AD? Because you have to trade a lot. AD's getting older. I don't think it puts you over the top. I don't think it makes sense to attack that sort of trade. Not fantastic. If you're going to lose like a ton of assets to a trade, I think you should get something better than that. We lose this. We're 15-11. We're not in the conversations of tanking, rebuilding. This team is trying to make the playoffs, and we'll continue to do that. If you gave me start of the season, say, hey, Jacob, let's fast forward to game 26. The Raptors are 15-11. You taking that? Yeah, I'm taking that. So, unfortunate how it's gotten to this point, but right the ship and you're still an above 500 team. AD's injury issues are present, but a little overblown. Like, I mean, if you're trading for AD, you're trading away other players who also deal with injuries. Like, if you're trading for AD, you're some combination around Pirtle quickly or Barrett's going the other way. All of which have consistent injury issues. So, AD's injuries are a little overblown. But I just don't love, like, the amount you have to give up, and I don't love the fit when he arrives. Now, you could say you're just amassing talent. You figure out the fit later, and sure, to a certain extent, but I don't know. It's quite a lot to give up there. I mean, yeah, doubt's got to be creeping in. This would be the 6th loss of 7. This would be another ugly performance in succession. For sure, some doubts creeping in. $13 in a quarter is really rough, but let's see what the Raptors have done over the halftime break to respond. Gotta be something, man. Let's go do it. Second half about to begin. Only they can solve it. What have they conjured up for this third quarter? Do you think Darko's job when danger discontinues? I mean, he spent 2 whole seasons doing this and didn't get fired, so I'd say no. They seem to value Darko heavily. Missed to start the half for the Knicks, so I don't think so. Shout out to J Money for sending in the super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for the extra support today. I've needed it if I'm going to deal with this Raptors game. Pirtle. You know, when your offense has been ice cold, you cannot be missing a fucking bunny like that, dude. Oh my God. Brunson to corner, Anunoby, Bridges to Hart, wide open. And the lead is 20. Wow. Just deflating way to start the half. A missed 2-footer with nobody on him. Shed for 3. Doesn't go. Rebound batted to Barnes. All right, there we go. Brunson. Going at Abaji. Kick out to Hart for 3. Same spot, same result. Lead is 21. Pirtle. To Ingram. Back to Pirtle. Jesus, dude. Way off on the pass. Out of bounds. Very bad turnover. Yak, I'm trying to defend you, dude. That was ugly. That was real ugly. Brunson with it. Pass the screen to Hart. Oh, Yak. Oh, Yak. Wow, he got blown by. That's what I imagine, like if Babe Ruth played baseball today, that's what I imagine he would look like with like a Aroldis Chapman throwing a fastball past him. Just like, whoa. Pirtle there just like roasted on the outside. Like Hart just jogged past him. Man, and rightfully so, Pirtle yanked for Murray Boyles. Oh my God. It was like, whoa, what the hell was that? A spaceship going past me? Oh my God, is he that slow-footed? Christ. That was like worse than the 2 offensive plays, man. Ingram for 3. A much-needed make for the Raptors. Oh. Jeez, if Pirtle just all of a sudden got cooked over the offseason, that is a bad contract we're sitting on. Hopefully, it's an if. That's an if, ladies and gentlemen. I hope as Ingram makes another 3, I very much hope Pirtle is just not healthy, and when he gets healthy, he'll be back to normal, where he's really impactful, really effective. But oof. Some of the games this season have been alarming for sure. 78-60. Towns underneath. Misses the layup. Raptors got to go quick. 4-5. Got to go quick. Abaji. Oh, and Murray Boyle's called for the foul. Ah, you can't be that obvious with it, CMB. Rebuild with no picks. Raptors have, not that they should rebuild. The Raptors are in possession of every single one of their first-round picks. So, I don't really, what picks? Like, all of their own, but they're not going to rebuild. They're 15-11 if they lose this game. Though they're still in a playoff spot. Just need to right the ship here. Brunson, another 3. 21-point game. Barnes for 3. In and out. Not happening for Barnes tonight. He's got a couple of those. Good hustle by Abaji on defense. Don't let them get set now. Shed, transition 3. He got it. 18-point game. Still showing some heart and some effort at least. Brunson to Bridges. Back to Brunson. Bridges over top of Shed. Doesn't go. Good defense. Raptors putting some pace to their offense on the other side. Slowing it down now. But then Barnes for 3. Another one doesn't go for him. CMB fights for the rebound and gets an extra possession for Toronto. Ingram back to Shed. Another 3 for him. Way off. OG on the rebound. Knicks slowing it down. Towns in a corner. Hart up top to OG. Brunson on the wing. Oh, that's sloppy. He's open. Rare miss. Ochai Agbaji in transition. Taking it to OG. And doesn't, I mean, gotta go a bit stronger than that, man. Like, he's kind of just throwing up a prayer there. I mean, if you're going to throw a prayer, like, cycle out, no? Hart for 3 doesn't go. Another open 3 goes begging for the Knicks. Ingram, fouled by Bridges. So, quite a bit of pace to it. Timeout here, going to get a breather with the Raptors. A lot of the damage is already done. They're down by 18, and with some tiring legs, it looks like. May have to dip into the bench where there has not been really any success for the Raptors so far tonight. We are we're a little in trouble here. Jeez, man. Not great to be, like, uncompetitive for basically the third game in a row. Aside from a 30-8 run, they were very uncompetitive against the Celtics. But they had that little magic in them, so, you know, there is ability in them somewhere, but haven't really been able to find it tonight. And it's becoming quite a theme where they're not finding the levels they need to find. It's starting to become more and more alarming, unfortunately. Yeah. You know, I was all excited for an NBA Cup quarterfinal, but it's looking like this is where the road comes to an end. Missing RJ, but he's not coming back yet, so only one more game for a while. So if they lose this, they'll have one more game, and then they'll have a bit of a time off. So good timing for this sort of break, but I don't know what the Raptors do to try and resolve what's going on here. They have to make a move. I mean, what move are you making here? I don't think a lot of guys. I mean, I guess it opens up a bit next week, but tough to really get a move done. I don't think expending draft capital is the right move for the team based on how they look at the moment. So, I don't know. I can't really see any move that just kind of resolves anything here. And even RJ coming back, I mean, they're in such a rut that I don't think that immediately fixes things. It's helpful, but I don't think it's like just night and day when Barrett returns, and he isn't returning for another little while. I mean, Gafford doesn't really. I mean, Gafford's a good backup big, but it doesn't really resolve the size and rim protection issue. It's helpful, but it doesn't resolve like one of the key issues in the team. So sing a bit less the Blue Jays won the World Series. Yeah. Don't remind me. All right. Well, let's recover here. Let's try and chip away. Out of the timeout, Murray Boyle's got a look and is fouled. Okay, good play there. I mean, Shamshay's not solving what's going on right now. I'll tell you that. It'd be nice to have him for development, but as far as like impactful NBA minutes, we're not at that point. Murray Boyle's way off in the first free throw. Chat's divulging into madness. Zoom it out. Raptors are 15-11 if they lose this. So could be a whole lot worse. Aaron Baines. I mean, when things aren't going your way, they're just not going your way, man. CMB misses both free throws. Raptors have Walter in the game now, trying to find something somewhere. They got a very big lineup out. Barnes, Abaji, Walter, CMB, and Ingram right now. Knicks with Brunson for 2 doesn't go. Getting some stops, but need to supplement that with some points as well. They've got 11 in the quarter, the Raptors, which is 2 less than the entirety of the second quarter, and they're only halfway through the third. Ingram for 3. And hey, we've got 13 points in the quarter. That's the same as the entirety of the second. And there's still 5:55 to go here. So some improvements for Toronto. 16-point game. Mini run, and you're within reach at least. Brunson to Bridges in the corner. Another good contest doesn't go. Towns on the rebound. Gotta get that, Barnes. Box out a little bit better. Towns fighting through some Raptors players, and he draws the foul. Three on Abaji here. I want to see the miss. Like, how did Barnes get this rebound? I mean, you just got Barnes playing small ball 5. That's what kind of we're going to. Well, it was a switch, actually. They've got Murray Boyles doing it. So Towns at the free throw line. Good free throw shooter. First one is good. Down by 18. Ingram close to the baseline for a jumper. Doesn't go. Scotty up top. 5 in the shot clock. He's going to have to shoot this, no? Dumps off to Walter. Got a good look for 3 off the screen. And he airballed. I mean, like, wide open 3 for a good shooter. And he just fucking airballs it. Like, we're scheming good looks and Even that's not dropping. Bench. It should have to be a bench something miracle again. I don't know. I don't know what they need. Vegas trip on the line, as Matty D says, and opportunity is going to pass them by. Barnes hauls in the rebound for the Raptors. Ingram taking it forward for Toronto. We're down by 18. Barnes going at Brunson. Going up and getting the layup to fall. Better aggression there from Scotty Barnes. Brunson to Barnes. Gets the steal. Transition. Walter. Open layup. And he throws it down. All right. That's better. 14-point game. Good sequence by the Raptors. Timeout Knicks. Trying to chip away into it. 14-point game and a little bit of a spark there. Hopefully, Barnes is starting to take the reins of this game a little bit more. He's up to 10 points. 0 of 4 from 3 though tonight. Some of unlucky rimmed out, but need someone to come up with something somewhere. It's a mouthful, but something's gotta start to click for the Raptors, or this big opportunity in the cup goes begging, as I said. A reminder: we're missing 2 starters tonight. We're playing against a good team that is missing no starters. So, you're up against it a little bit. I guess it's been worse than I would have expected it to be, but no secret the Raptors, since the injury to Barrett, have struggled. They're 15-10 as of right now. Could be a whole lot worse. Jacob play at point. Don't play me. Unless you mean Jakob. But he spells it like my name. I don't know if you mean me. I ain't saving anybody. What could I do? I could do nothing. I mean, I'd just be useless. Put me in the corner. Nobody would guard me. I'd get the ball in the corner wide open and I wouldn't shoot. Now I'd shoot it. I could make 1 of 5, maybe 1 of 4 on a good day. 1 of 3 on a good day, maybe I could make for 3. But no, I ain't giving you much. I can shoot door shots at a slightly lower than 25% clip. So I can do that. I'd be a great corner spot shoot. I'd practice. I haven't played basketball since my knee injury, but before my knee injury, I hit some threes in my rec league. A couple. I was willing to shoot. It was like not a great league, which is good for me. I was the best. Probably, I don't disrespect. I was the best player on my team. It was a fun level to play at. My team wasn't good, but I was the best player on it, which shows you my talents. But I could yank a 3 and make a few. Average double-double. NBA is a little different of a beast than that. And they kept stats in that league, which is fun. I didn't keep track of my own stats. But cheeky, 12 and 11 average. Hey, your rec league needs power forward in Toronto? Hit me up. I'll suit up. I'll put me in. I'll suit up. Unless it's a really good league, then don't call. You don't want me. But you want size and a bum knee? I'm your guy. Brunson driving, a foul call. I didn't really see a foul there. So if your rec league soccer team needs a player, that's where I'm going to help you. If it's a really good league, even better. I'll help you. I'm helping you win. Knicks will blow out Raptors by 50, but they save energy from next game. Why are they taking it easy now? What? I don't think the Knicks are taking it easy. They are giving heavy minutes to their starters here. Did I fuck around and get a triple-double? No, I never got a triple-double. It was tough to rack up assists, to be honest. I wasn't point guard. I did handle the ball a lot, but no. Double-double. I never did double-double. Never a triple-double. Never even close. Who's your favorite World Cup team? My backgrounds are Italian and English. I do have an Italian-themed soccer tattoo here. I'll get an English one day when they win. Tough to not be like Canada first for a Canada home World Cup, but Italy and England are my backgrounds. My dad's family's from Italy, mom's family's from England, so those are the three teams I'll be rocking with for the tournament. The biggest. No tournament I want more. I know I'm a Raptors fan. I know I do Raptors content. There's no trophy I want more in my life than a FIFA World Cup. Blessed with one in my lifetime for Italy. I was too young to appreciate it. I'll trade a World Cup trophy for anything, man. I'll trade any of a World Cup trophy, rather. 84-69. 3:38 to go. Ingram in the third, that is. Ingram, defended by OG. Finds CMB down low. Misses the dunk with Robinson defending. Some of these just got to start falling more often for CMB. Brunson spinning off of Walter, missing. Robinson on the putback is fouled. And is going to head to the line. 2006, what a World Cup. What a World Cup indeed. Man, I fear the direction the World Cup is going. The expansion to 48 teams, like, I don't love it. I mean, I get there's good teams that are even going to miss out on a 48-team World Cup, but 32 works so well. You know, you had 8 groups of 4, top 2 advance. Round of 16 breaks down really well. Now there's these 8 out of 12 third-place teams advance. There's not as much jeopardy in the group stage. You know, you get lucky with your draw. Does a 1 play a 3 seed or a 1 play a 2 seed? I miss free throws to make. But the most 18-point game. The most bullshit thing I've ever seen. A 3-minute hydration break for every game at the World Cup. Good putback from everybody. A 3-minute hydration break halfway through every half at the World Cup. A 3-minute hydration break. What else is conveniently 3 minutes on television? Fucking commercial. They are disguising, and there's no shame in it at all. A 3-minute hydration break, mandatory, no matter what the weather is. Could be fucking pouring down rain in Toronto. A 3-minute hydration break at the 22-minute mark. And as if they think we're too fucking stupid to know, it's literally a commercial break. Soccer does not have commercial breaks. It is continuous. But they are doing a commercial break in soccer now. What have they done to my game? Like, do we not make enough money with 48 teams in the World Cup? Do we not make enough money at the World Cup with sponsorships? Nope. 3-minute commercial break. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. What have we come to? What are we allowing the world to come to? And there's nothing we can do about it. I'm gonna watch every game. Canada makes it out of the groups. The expectation, it'll be tough. They won't be expected to come out. Switzerland are better than them, and the likely qualifier from the playoff bracket they got will be either Italy or Wales. It could be Northern Ireland, who I would fancy Canada against, or Bosnia, who I'd also fancy Canada against. I would not fancy. I mean, Italy are definitely better than them. Wales, I would say, are expected to be better than them, but that could be a tight game. Tough group for Canada, honestly. They didn't get a great draw. USA got the good draw. Fuck them. And Mexico also got a good draw, to be honest. Fucking scumbags. All right. Back at it. 87-71. Anunoby to the rim. Doesn't go. And on the rebound, loose ball foul against the Knicks. So it's as good as they used to be. They're a bit underrated. They have a good squad top to bottom. Like, it's all solid players. Tough to break down. They're better than Canada. I mean, they're better than Canada. Switzerland's usually good for round of 16. Maybe sneak into a quarterfinals at a major tournament. They're usually quite efficient at getting out of their groups. Walter, corner 3, doesn't go. Raptors dipping into their bench here. I was sick to my stomach seeing the U.S. draw, knowing we could have gotten that. Clarkson to the rim, doesn't go. Davies, good news. Alphonso Davies played today for Bayern Munich. He made his return from injury. Jonathan David, truthfully, not having a great season with Juventus. I thought it was a good fit for him, but he's struggling to get consistent game time. Isn't starting there anymore. Openda and Vlahovic are getting more of the time, unfortunately. He's back. Yeah, Davies, I believe, played today. I know he made the bench for Bayern today, but I'm pretty sure he also came in off the bench today, which is very good news. I wouldn't say U.S. getting a free pass, but they are favorites in their group, whereas the Raptors are third favorites in their group. What's this about Giannis? Giannis recently addressed teammates to stress the importance of focusing on basketball and not allow outside distractions to interfere with the process at hand. All right. I don't mind that. 89-71. As you can see, I'm losing a bit of interest in this game with the conversation shifting away from the game itself. Murray Bulls on the rim. Nice pump fake and finish. Giannis is a Knick. It's inevitable. I wouldn't call it inevitable. But they got to be the favorites. 91-73. Raptors have just been unable to chip in to this Knicks advantage. The Knicks have kept us at bay. Mamu for 3. Way off the mark. Yeah, he struggled tonight. Knicks or the field to win the East? The field. What? For sure, the field. Yeah, I'd happily take the field. Knicks probably aren't even favored to win the East. Cleveland might still be favored. Could have a check. $91.73. Shed for 3. Got it. All right. Good timing. Okay, the Knicks are a favorite to win the East, but they're by far not, very, very far away from being odds on to win the East. Clarkson in tight finishes. Knicks are favored, but they're not odds on. So they're not above 50%. Cleveland's still in the mix. I think Detroit will get stronger as the season goes on. I think they'll try to make a buying move. So Detroit's in the mix. Cleveland second. Walter finishes at the rim. Walter putting up some points off the bench today. Finally, refreshing to see. Whistle goes here. Haven't been so bad this year. They're still second. Orlando and Miami are good yet. Yeah. Boston are on a roll. Boston could do it. They could get Tatum back and do it. What's Twitter saying about this Raptors game? See Tatum clip today. He's playing full speed ones. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. All right. 94-78. I wonder how much Pirtle will see the rest of the game. He's barely played in the third after a really bad 2 minutes to start the half. Shed driving at a couple tough defenders and draws the foul. Oof. He went up through a tough battle there. Raptors going to get Jamal Shed to the line, down to 16. Chance to make it 14 before the fourth quarter here. Come on, make these. Come on. He's got 16. Jamal Shed's done decent as a starter here, but you're seeing the impact of, or you're seeing what's missing with Quickly here. The spacing is a bit off. Shed's played really well, but you're missing the spacing for sure from Emmanuel Quickly tonight. And, the Shed scoring punch off the bench. Tatum on your fantasy IR. It's not a bad idea if you've got some space to hug it on the IR. I've been injury riddled in fantasy, so I don't really have the room, but I could see if, you've got a healthy team doing that. So Shed makes one. Raptors will go into the fourth quarter down 15. A lot of work to do if they're going to advance to the NBA Cup semifinals. It doesn't look like it's going to happen at this point. Not for the lack of trying from a guy like Brandon Ingram, who's 9 of 14, 27 points. Barnes, threes haven't fallen, but he's been okay otherwise. I think he's been put in some bad lineups. Jamal Shed's played well. Just really not much from the bench today. A bench that has really stepped up in a lot of games this year. Bench having to dig a lot deeper into it as a result of the injuries. Not giving you winning minutes, unfortunately. Raptors, 7 more shots than the Knicks. Granted, 13 less free throws. Possession battle probably slightly in favor of the Knicks, yeah. Slightly in favor of the Knicks, but they've made more field goals on 7 less attempts, or 55% from the field. Raptors are just 45% from the field. We are in some trouble here. Pirtle's definitely becoming concerning with how bad he's playing. I hope it's just injuries got to recover from, because that's a big contract that just started, man. There's like 5 years on his contract, I think. I mean, a bad back is no joke. That limits like everything you do, but if it's persistent, good grief. It's way too early to call it a mistake from my perspective. But yeah, there's 5 years on that contract. This is year 1 of 5. He's going to be 34, and his contract will still be going. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. I mean, he's a great player. He helps us win, but he's struggled lately. Just is this Pirtle, or is it gonna? Is he gonna fix back up? If he fixes up, he's worth that money. But again, it's just start of the season hasn't been great. Well, if it's chronic, we're cooked. Yeah, I have to agree there. But we'll have to wait and see. Did Masai give him the contract? It's probably a mixture of Masai and Bobby, but Bobby would have had a large say, I'm sure. Yeah, and Pirtle got the contract. I mean, I supported it. When you factor in the 5 years he's making the money, it's like less than $25 million a year, I think. I thought that was fair. You have a starting caliber big and very good defender. But this season, he's looked bad, and it's concerning. Trade for Day'Ron Sharpe, start over. Yeah, God. Like, let's be serious. If we're gonna talk about a trade, like we're not fucking starting Day'Ron Sharpe, especially if Pirtle's still on the team. Day'Ron Sharpe is not a starter on the Brooklyn Nets, let alone a team like the Raptors. We'd start Gafford, not over Pirtle. Clarkson to Bridges here. Down 15. Fourth quarter is underway, by the way. Or this version of Pirtle. I think it'd have to get really bad. Really bad to bench him for somebody like Gafford if you got him. Nurkic. I tell you, if you guys don't like Pirtle, you're going to fucking hate Yusuf Nurkic. Y'all would not like Yusuf fucking Nurkic, let me tell you. So Pirtle is in the game again. They may not close with him tonight again, to be honest. Clarkson blocked by CMB. Other way, Grady Dick he loses the ball. No call. Clarkson misses other end. Pirtle gets the rebound. Pirtle running point here. And then throwing it away. And a charge called. Wow, that was ugly, Yak. Yak has had a lot of real Shaqtin' a Fool moments tonight, man. That is like his third. Get the ball out of your hands, big man. Wow, Grady got fouled there. They didn't call it. That was absolutely a foul. Where's Zubac? Probably L.A. I don't know how it wasn't a foul, man. 94-79. I don't think getting AD instantly puts you in contention. I actually think the opposite, Phoenix. I think that's a trade that you're not good enough to make. Yeah, I think you got to be better to make a trade of that caliber. I don't think AD puts you over the top. Zubac hasn't been as good this year as previous years, to be honest. Trade for AD. Do you start Mamu because you want AD at the 4 and Mamu spaces the floor a bit more? It's probably something to think about. Is your starting 5, let's say you trade Pirtle, RJ, like Walter or CMB picks, like, I mean, your bench is depleted. You go, your team's IQ, Barnes, Ingram, AD, Mamu, maybe. Maybe you can get another center in the trade. Maybe you find it somewhere else, but you have to get a center somewhere else. Then you have Grady Dick, Jamal Shed, hopefully still Murray Boyles, but maybe not. Maybe Walter's still there. Bench is a bit depleted then. You lose a big component with Mamu. I don't know. I don't think that's a contender in the East. Grady Dick loses it, gets it back. And then pass turnover. God damn it, guys. God damn it, guys. Bridges for 3. The lead is back out to 20. AD is a top-tier paid part-time player. Well, he plays about the same amount as Pirtle. Similar games, so... Walter for 3. I mean, he's fine. His shooting touch tonight, at least. I guess Pirtle's missed some games because of the tank, but AD's games played over the last couple of years are similar to that of Pirtle. AD doesn't miss more games than he plays. But yeah, if you are giving away a lot of draft capital, you want a bit more security with minutes. That's not false. Miles Turner. I always say Miles Turner isn't quite the solution you think it is. I guess that's partially true, Phoenix. 80s injuries are always something different. It's never the same thing over and over. But he does get injured a lot. Okay, fine. It was really funny in like the Nick Nurse era. The amount of people who were like ready to put Nick Nurse to like a stake because he wasn't using the bench enough, when the entire bench was filled with guys who like 2 years later were out of the league. You know what I mean? Like Malachi Flynn was your backup point guard. Play Flynn more. Malachi Flynn doesn't have an NBA team anymore because he was not good enough for it. You had like Juancho Hernan Gomez who had to play a lot. Paul Watson 1 year was like a main guy. So Flynn over Desmond Bane will always hurt. Yeah. Imagine that team with the shooting of Desmond Bane. Oh my God. We are on the verge of greatness. Flynn was first. Yeah, he was 20th overall pick. I mean, a lot of first-round picks turn out to be not NBA caliber. He was one of them. Yet he had a 50-point game. I mean, showed you there was some ability in there. He just could never find it consistently and could never contribute when he wasn't on the ball heavily. Grady has Davis Bertans on defense, I fear. Woo, that's some pretty elite company. Trade Grady for Austin Reeves, Michael Porter Jr. Somebody in the chat, I think last game said, wouldn't it be great if we had Jokic on our team? Yeah. Yeah, it would be, I guess. At least Davis could shoot. Yeah, Grady's three-point shooting hasn't progressed to the level I would have liked. It's still like 35%, which, he's contested a lot. He's respected, but kind of at this point in the career, I would have wanted it to be trickling towards 40. And it hasn't done that yet. Raptors didn't draft Ryan Nembhard. I mean, I'm not really missing Ryan Nembhard. I don't think he's got a role really anywhere. There's a foul on Towns there. Not sure what's being called here. So 4 fouls on Towns. 99-82. Raptors ball on the side. 9:21 to go. Ingram has it. Burton wasn't that good of a shooter. Yes, he was. Just couldn't do anything else. Shaz to yank a 3. Tough shot. And Towns can't corral it. It's out of bounds for Raptors ball. Still 9 minutes left in a 17-point game. Michael Jordan Raptor would have been fire. Yeah, you're right. Why the Raptors not draft any centers? Because I guess they haven't liked any enough. And the 2 they did draft are out of the league because of long-term injuries or because they aren't very good, like Koloko, and Shamshe's out of the league from an injury. They passed on Malawat, who hasn't looked great so far in the NBA, and Murray Bowles has looked good, so I don't think it's the draft. I think there's a misdirection of anger for the lack of backup center. There's a misdirection. Brunson finished there. People direct it at the draft, but like, what about trade market? What about free agent market? You could also address center there. Why didn't Murray Bowles shoot that? Okay, Raptors cycle around the outside of Ingram. Now Murray Bull is down low again. Loses the handle. It's deflected out by Hart for Raptors ball. Toronto sports are so good. Well, the Leafs are kind of on a roll lately, to be honest. They're starting to put it back together. Ingram, pad pass. Murray Bowles has it. Shed now for 3. Way off. 101.84. I got a lot of work to do after this, man. This fucking stinks. Fuck, dude. When Toronto Temple starts playing, I don't know. Actually, I'm excited to go. I hope. I don't want to get priced out. Like, you know, I'll buy. How much are like? What do we think Toronto Tempo tickets are going to cost? Heart 3, 20-point game. What do we think Toronto Tempo tickets are going to cost? I'm hoping like. I'm hoping I get in for like $40. You know, like. Seats to the Knicks game today was like $50. Okay. So tickets kind of coming down for the Raptors, price-wise. For the love of God, trade Grady for Austin. I mean, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I would love if they could do that. So Tempo tickets probably like $40-$50. They're playing at the... I think they're playing at the Coliseum, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Coliseum. So, or like the Enercare Center, whatever it's called. Wow, refs and going crazy against the refs. As for the Raps are cheaper than they've been, and they're better this year, which is weird. But anyways, $40 for Temple. I mean, maybe it'd be less. Will it? Coca-Cola Coliseum's not that big. They got to do a lot of work to that thing, I think. But I'd like to go to some. Or it's Enercare. Anyway, I'd like to go to some games. I love basketball. I care for women hoops, so I'll be there. Some games. I live close enough I can walk there, as I am to every major arena. I can walk to Scotiabank. I can walk to Rogers Center. I can walk to BMO Field, Enercare Center. They're not short walks, but I can walk there. Pirtle coming back in. He's been rough tonight. Ooh, excuse me. Moons STK 203. Subscribe. Welcome to the amateur army. Raps Twitter is going to go aggressive on Pirtle. That's for sure. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, please consider hitting that like button. It does go a long way towards supporting the channel, driving us up in the YouTube algorithm, hopefully making this game a little bit more palatable. Yeah, Raptors Twitter not doing well with Pirtle here. This is a bad game. I'm looking at some of the offensive numbers I'm seeing here. This is a bad game. Oh, boy. Ingram, fadeaway 2. I mean, Ingram's putting up a super efficient 20-plus point game again. 31 points now for Ingram. He's 11 of 16. The offense has been this bad with Ingram playing an ultra-efficient 31-point game. That is alarming. That is very, very alarming. Shed to Ingram. Brunson's got 5. Oh, hello. I mean, score here. You're not like completely out of reach of them. Shed for 3. This could be interesting. Oh, almost drops. Off the Knicks for a Raptors ball. Draymond and MPJ pretty much spoke their hearts about the WNBA. I gotta, before you even tell me what they said, I gotta say, those guys' opinions, I value very little. Ingram denied at the rim. Here come the Knicks the other way again. Towns to Brunson. Getting towards the 5-minute mark here. Bridges finding some room at the elbow. That was way too easy. Late on the help. Wide open shot. Easy make. 106-89. Shed to Barnes. In the paint over top of Towns. Missing. Pirtle with the putback is good. 106-91. 15-point game with 5 to go. It's looking out of reach, but let's see. We got a miracle in us. Bridges in the corner to OG for 3. And they pile it on. 18-point game. Raptors have not been able to recover from their horrendous second quarter. And here we are, 109-91. Not much any team can do this roster. Yeah, in a way, but the offense has been so bad in this stretch that, like, I do agree that another coach could have gotten more out of this last 9 games without Barrett than Darko. Darko's offensive system relies on a lot of talented pieces and sharing the ball, and when you eliminate a good chunk of the talent from that system, it doesn't really work, apparently. And he has been able to adjust to that truth. Would you believe this team in a top 3 half-court offense? Would you believe this team was number 1 in half-court offense to begin the season? And now this is the worst offense in the NBA right now, statistically speaking. It genuinely the worst, not like one of the worst. This is the worst offense in the NBA right now, statistically speaking. I mean, Darko playing, Chucky Hepburn, yeah, that was probably not the right call. But Lawson, with the defense so bad, bring in a guy who can get buckets. I mean, not the stupidest decision, but Lawson barely touched the floor. He missed a couple shots, and that was it for him. Yeah, I agree. RJ is bad to not have available, but that can't be the difference between winning or getting smoked by the Hornets. Fuck me, another Mission Impossible movie. Who keeps these people in business? Who's watching this? Yeah, Lawson came in, missed a couple shots. That was it for the night. If we do fire Dark, we'll go get JJ Redick. Raptor Nation, you have a very miscued idea of how easy it is to just get things. I don't know if you've got rich parents or something, but, like, you cannot trade Grady Dick for Austin Reeves. You cannot just get JJ Redick off the Lakers. It's funny. I've been a big Darko hater for 2 years, but I'm on like the. Listen, I'm not a Darko fan, but I don't think you should fire him right now. Only sickos are watching this game right now. Only sickos and streamers, and a streamer who needs to record a post-game show to upload to the channel tomorrow. And a sicko has to spend the next 2 hours editing a video for work after this. Ah. Jamal Shed coming forward for the Raptors, trying to find any spark to ignite a comeback. 4:38 to go. Abaji in the paint, layup. Well, Barnes made a 3, but I just watched Abaji miss an open layup. Who should they get? Because clearly Dark knows a coach. I mean, all you got to do is just get like Jokic or something, and it'd probably be a lot better. I mean, who do you blame for today's game? I guess Pirtle. I was just saying, as a fan base likes to ride against one guy. Who's it going to be today? It's going to be Pirtle again. Not like undeservingly, but there's a lot more than in Pirtle that's been problematic here. Ingram fading away for 2. Doesn't go again. This one is coming to an unfortunate close here, I think. 3:16 to go. Raptors are going to... I mean, is that really necessary? I guess they're going to win, but is that... we're prolonging it today. It's Jover, unfortunately. Well, I'll stick around after this for a post-game recap. Tomorrow, as I am Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'll be live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time to discuss the latest around the Raptors. We'll also be discussing the possibility of an Anthony Davis trade because the Raptors have been reported as one of the suitors for Anthony Davis in a trade. On top of that, we'll dig in a little bit more to the Raptors slump. And I don't know when the slump's going to end, to be honest. No answers on offense right now. Like, I get RJ and Quickly are out, but, like, that can't be like, them being out you can't justify that. Sorry, let me reword this. You can't justify having the worst offense in the entire National Basketball Association with RJ Barrett being out. Like, because that's the state of it right now. Looks like the Raptors have lost this challenge, actually. We're not going to crack 100 maybe today. Again. Yeah. We're in some shit, man. So rather waved off the challenge, actually. So Knicks ball. Timeout Knicks, they couldn't get it in. $112.94, Knicks ball, 3:16 to go. Let's see what Twitter's saying. Twitter is usually constructive and not overly reactionary. GMJ, what would you do? Sorry, Jay would do what to this roster if you had all the power to make one trade today? RJ and picks for Trey Murphy. Maybe, if you can. All right, let's have a look. We haven't beaten New York in a while, man. Knicks, honestly, like, other than Brunson, nobody's really stuck out. It's not like the Knicks played this amazing game. They didn't have to play to blow us out. They didn't have to play super, super well to blow us out. Yeah, some Darko criticism. Not really drawing up any great plays here. Not getting a lot of good looks. Yeah. People asking for Daniel Gafford. A lot of Jakob Poeltl memes. People are not a fan of Jakob Poeltl. Jakob Poeltl's back. Yeah. I don't think a big trade saves you, to be honest. It's been 3:16 on the fucking clock for like 10 minutes. Let's get this shit over with, man. Finally, seconds are ticking away. This building is emptied out. Hart, step back three. 3:02 to go. Can we dribble it out with 3 minutes left, do you think? Murray Boyle's underneath. You know, at a certain point, CMB, you're a rookie, but you can't miss every fucking layup, every fucking underneath chance. You got to score some of these. Giannis Antetokounmpo is not coming through that door. You gotta find a way, man. Here's Ingram to Obaji in the corner. Back up top to Shed. Back to Murray Boyles. All right. Throws it down. Sam McDaddy on his feet courtside. He likes that. He likes it. 16-point game. Trading entire starting lineup except for Barnes for picks. I don't know if you've been following Brandon Ingram tonight, but Brandon Ingram has been truly sensational. He had his 3 first quarter turnovers and then has none the rest of the game. But he's been amazing other than that. And it's garbage time. It's garbage time. Well, is Garrett Temple checking in? Oh boy, Garrett Temple's in the game, y'all. Yeah. Garrett Temple zone means that I'm closing the tab. This game is over. Let's jump into the post-game show because this one is done. Happening a lot more often these days where Garrett Temple has to check into a game. And if Garrett Temple is playing, this game is over, and it's another extremely disappointing performance and another extremely disappointing loss by the Toronto Raptors. The offense in the last 9 games has been the worst offense in the entire National Basketball Association. And looking over the horizon, it doesn't look any better than it is right now. Let's try to make sense of it all. Yeah. Try to make sense of it all. So, not even going to get through this one, but last few games for the Raptors. 86 points against the Hornets. Lose by 25. Lose by 8 to the Celtics. Other than a 10-minute window where you go on a 30-8 run, you got absolutely destroyed there. But, you get some positive. At least you had a 30-8 run. But here against the Knicks, you see a scoreboard here. It's not quite done yet, but down by 16. They trailed by double digits pretty much from the second quarter onwards. Raptors led at the end of the first. 39-35. Then the offense went to absolute hell. How do you score 40 in the first quarter and then not crack 100 in the game? Like, how do you do that, man? I know RJ Barrett's out. And I know Emmanuel Quickley's out. But them being out cannot be what makes you the worst offense in the NBA. Statistically, the single worst offense in the NBA. Worse than the Wizards, worse than the Nets, worse than the Mavericks, worse than the Pacers. You cannot justify having the worst offense in the NBA with Quickly and Barrett are out. But that's the state that we are in right now, and Quickly's only missed this one game. It's been really bad with him in as well. Darko Rajakovic has an offensive system that relies heavily on lots of different players contributing, lots of ball movement. Everyone gets their fair share. And when you take away some of the high-end scorers like RJ Barrett out of the team, it can't go to shit like this. Like, it can't go to this level. Sure, we can see a bit of a drop-off, but it cannot go to this level where you are struggling to score so consistently. And it's not just like struggling to score consistently. It's a case of they're not even getting good looks. Like the Raptors in the second quarter of this game against the Knicks had 13 points. They followed up a 39-point first quarter with 33% of that in the second quarter. Basically, the Knicks went, if we double Ingram every possession and force other guys to do something, they are cooked. And that's what happened. Like the Raptors treated this like, an elimination game. It's an NBA Cup quarterfinal, and they started really well. But they played heavy minutes for Ingram in the first quarter, and other players heavier minutes in the first quarter. Once they had to dip into the bench, it was over. I mean, it was over. They could not score. They could not get a good look. The Raptors got like nothing out of their bench today, and the Knicks, look at the stat lines here. It wasn't even like a spectacular night from the Knicks. Knicks bench, yeah, sure, Clarkson gets 12 points, 5 of 10, but Anunoby goes 4 of 11. Towns goes 4 of 11. Bridges goes 6 of 14, but Brunson had a 20-point first quarter. We are still leading. He had a great game, 3 of 19, and Hart had a great game, 8 of 11, but it wasn't like the Knicks were spectacular tonight. They didn't have to be to absolutely blow out the Raptors here. Ingram went, consider this, guys. Consider the state of the Raptors offense. Brandon Ingram had an ultra-efficient 31-point game on 11 of 18 shooting, 3 of 5 shooting from threes, with 6 rebounds and 6 assists. And the Raptors offense was still truly awful. That's got to raise some concerns, man. Ingram is playing like this, and we're still the worst offense in the NBA. The same can be said about the Celtics game a couple days ago, where his game statistically was very good. Barnes couldn't get his 3-point shot going. He finished 6 of 18. Pirtle was 5 of 7 with 10 points, but oh my God, I would have said Pirtle's good value for the contract in the offseason, probably longer than I wanted to be, but probably good value for it. Oh my God, is this bad backs are no joke, but oh my goodness me. Jakob Pirtle. If Jakob Pirtle's cooked, we're in deep shit, because that is an expensive contract for a guy who is getting absolutely cooked on defense every possession he's on the floor for. Minus 18 tonight, and yeah, it felt like it, man. It felt like it. Shed is a talented player, but when he's asked to create on offense, there's limitations to his game. Hence why he's a quality backup, but not quite ready to step up to a starter. I know he had 18 points, but you saw the inabilities to bend the defense. Abaji had a 3 early, didn't give much else to the offense. And the Raptors bench, who had bailed them out a lot this season, didn't really do that today. I liked Murray Boyles in. Gave you a good defensive tandem with Barnes. He was plus 13, and he was a lot better than Pirtle was. But other than that, Walter gave you good scoring, and wasn't much else there. Mobo has hit a 3 in garbage, or has hit and 1 in garbage time, it looks like. But Lawson, no points except for garbage time now. Mamu, only 2 points tonight. His probably worst game of the season. Grady Dick, 0 of 3. Looked awful on defense again down here. Tough to give him minutes right now. He only gets 8 minutes. Just nothing for the bench. Chucky Hepburn wasn't the answer off the bench either. They shot 43% from the field, 29% from 3. They lost the possession battle slightly, but not by much. The Knicks just made their shots. Raptors defense wasn't even all that bad, but You score like that in today's NBA, yeah, you're going to lose by 16. They barely got to it. They barely scraped over 100 points tonight, the Raptors. So, again, the difference between Barrett being in and out can't be one of the best offense in the league to worst offense in the league. Like, Barrett's good, but respectfully, he's not that good. There needs to be some sort of adjustment or some sort of answer there. Darko Rajakovic has been completely unable to find that. So it's tough. You've lost 6 of 7. I think now because Miami lost their quarterfinal, you have to play Miami this week. That's a tough game. I don't really see the Raptors winning. Hopefully a bounce back spot in 9 days' time against Milwaukee. But then you have Boston. Then you have Miami again in your schedule, on your peripheral. Easier games with Brooklyn and Washington. Then Golden State, Orlando, Denver, Atlanta twice. Charlotte, but then they've beaten us twice already this season. Boston again, Philly twice. Indiana with guys back. Like, it's an alarming schedule upcoming for the Raptors right now, and they just haven't had any answers really in this stretch of games. Susie Sanchez, why Raptors can't shoot the ball. Like, they can't get a good look. They're hardly creating good looks for themselves. It's not about missing shots. They're barely getting a good look. They're barely scheming anything open. We're back to like these brain dead possessions where it's like, what the fuck did they draw up here? What the fuck did they call here? What are they like? What is Darko running with this team right now? It's all ugly. There's not really any saving grace, like I said, other than Brandon Ingram's been really good on offense. And even still, you can't even make offense better than the Washington Wizards. So I know there's guys missing, but it can't be that bad as a result of it. Because you're getting the Ingram, you're getting better than you signed up for, to be honest. If you offered the Raptors this Ingram when they traded for him, they'd be like, oh my God, like we didn't even think he'd be that good. You're getting that level of Brandon, and you're still this bad? Man. I mean, there's one thing crashing back down to earth, snapping back down to reality. It's another thing being one of the worst teams in the league. And the Raptors, look, they weren't as good as the 2 seed. I think we knew that. But they aren't this bad either. At least they shouldn't be. But they have been. And the only people that can fix it are them. And I don't really see a kind upcoming run of games to do that. So Barrett's out. You're going to have to figure it out for the next week or 2 or 3. Quickly should be back for the next game. He's ill today, but even with Quickly, the offense has been really bad too. So a lot of questions, and I don't really know where a lot of those answers are going to come from. So shit, it's not looking good, man. It really isn't looking good. Alarms starting to kind of ring. They've got to make some fixes. They've got to do something, and I don't really know what it is. And evidently, I don't think they know what it is either. So yeah, I'll be here with you guys. We'll see. I don't know when the next Raptors game is, because I think they have to play the Heat now. The game is on the 12th. Unfortunately, we'll have to miss it. I have plans that existed before the schedule came out, and I kind of bet on them to make the semis, which means Saturday. So I made myself free for Saturday, or I made myself free to stream that game. I don't know when their next. If somebody has seen when the next game is, please let me know. 4 losses in a row, man. It's getting rough. So they lost. So sorry, the game is on the 15th. They have a week off. All right, week off. Rest up. Practice. Find something, man, because this ain't it. All right. 15th is a Monday. I don't see why I won't be free for that. So I'll be live on Wednesday. Talk some Raptors. I'll be live on Friday. Talk some Raptors, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Hope to see you there. Then we will have the Raptors back Monday the 15th against the Miami Heat. I'll be streaming as well earlier in the day for that. So big week of rest. Enjoy the time off for some games. I hope they do as well. I'll see you guys again on tomorrow for the Raptors Happy Hour. Thanks for joining me, guys. Another tough game, but hopefully you did enjoy the stream. Like it on your way out. Make sure you subscribe.